Good evening, students. Welcome to Cybervidyapeeth Foundation and welcome again to our data science session. So, whatever we discussed in the previous class, after that we will discuss about some more method pandas in this class. So, keep patience and join with me. I'm waiting more 5 minutes for join all the students. So, okay, students, let's start our session with some another method of pandas. So, again, all of you know I'm importing pandas as PD. So, let's again start with the previous data set. So all of you know that how we will load a CSV file into a data frame. Okay, I can see the less number of student joining through YouTube. So I think we will wait for more 5 minutes to join all of the student. So after that we will start. Don't worry. Okay. So students, very good evening. And I think one of our bot already provided data set that is titanic.csv. So whatever you will learn here, just try in your own computer or laptop. Just use all the methods like this, whatever we discuss in our session. So only 60 people join. So let's start. I think they will join. So today I will start with the describe method. Okay. So that is a very important method. Give us the description about the data frame. Okay. So I'm commenting here. That is yes. Okay. So actually, describe methods have three parameters. Okay. Parameters means whatever inside the first bracket here. Okay. That one of is percentile, one is include, and another is exclude. So we will see what is the use of those parameters. So at first I already load my data set into pandas data frame. After that, if we simply initialize a variable that is data dot describe, yes, and after that if we run this variable, so yes, so describe module is coming from the regex module. Okay, so we have to import another module that is RE, that means regex module. Okay, so after we initialize this module, I think I have some spelling mistakes. Yes. So now it will okay. So you can see here is the number, age, weight, and salary. So only the float number is here, and it count how many number is in this data frame. After that, the mean, all of we know that how to get out the mean. So mean is the average. Okay. So after that, standard deviation. After that, the percentage and the max. So here we can modify it pretty. That means here is only the 25%, 50%, 75%. So we will initialize whatever we want, that some percentage like this, that if we initialize percentage is equal, if I give a list of percentage that I want 20%, after that I want 40%, after that I want 0.60%, and after that 80%. Okay, so that is our percentage, and you can see only the float values is here. Okay, so number, age, weight, and salary. But I want this name, tip, that those are the object values, and this is some object values, and also there is no integer value, but we also want integer value. So how can we do this? So we simply include is a variable, and inside this I am initializing objects, after that float, wait, yes, after that integer, oops, yes. Now again if we call the describe method, and inside the describe parameter we will give the percentile and include parameters. Okay, so how can we do that? So describe, yes, this is a new variable, and again you how call we the describe method. Okay, yes, after that inside this parameter I'm calling the percentiles. Okay, so yes, percentage you can see. So what is our percentage? That means this list of percentage. Okay, so easily, yes, percentage equal per, and after that one comma, the another parameter is include. Okay, so what is exactly include? Include is nothing, list of data type to be included while describing the data frame. Okay, and the default is none. And percentile, like data type of number between 0 to 1 to return the respective percentile. Okay, so include whatever we whatever we want to include, that is here. Yes, so I'm simply calling the include variable. Yes, now after that we want to see the description of this data frame. So yes, we can see here is the 20%, what yes, the first 20%, 40%, and 50% of evaluation, and counting all the objects. Yes, this is the objects, and also all the numeric value. Okay, so that description, we if we get initially a big data set and we will call the describe method, we will get some pretty description about the data set. So after that, after this method, so we will exactly we want to suppose convert a data frame to Numpy array. Okay, so convert data frame to Numpy array. So how can we do that? Let's take a comment here, or you can say mark down that you can easily get it where we are. Okay, yes, convert data frame to Numpy array. And one more thing, that after the end of this Numpy, we will end of this pandas, we will go for some Numpy's method. Okay, and after that we will learn some main, median, what is some easy mathematics. Okay, so yes, Numpy array. So of course, again input pandas as PD, So we will create a data frame. Okay, so how could we create a data frame? All of you know that. So simply a two-dimensional array, but it will be a data frame. Okay, how? Let's see. Suppose there is 3, 2, 5. After that, comma, that is our first row. Okay, that is our first row. After that, again a square bracket, and inside it, suppose some random value 4, 6, 7. Okay, and after that, one more comma and one more row, that is suppose some random value 7, 9, 5. After that, one more column row, that is 10, suppose 66, 44. Okay, so all of you can identify that it is a 3 into 4 data frame, not matrix. Okay, so how it is a data frame? So let's initialize that PD, yes, data frame. After that, the first bracket of the data frame parameter, yes, and we have to end it with the first bracket, yes, and whatever we want to give the column name. So I can give a column name here, that is after the double bracket ended. Yes, you can see this bracket is starting bracket. After that, this is our first row, this is our second row, this is our third row, and this is the final one. Okay, so after that, here is a column. This is another parameter of data frame. Okay, so we can initialize column, index, whatever we want. So here is the columns, and columns are, suppose A, this is a string, A, B, and C, because it is a 3 into 4 matrix. Okay, that means 3 column. So our data frame is ready. Now let's check what is our data frame. Okay, oops, is an error. Wait. Yes, here is my mistake. C double O. Sorry. Yes. Now you can see that the simple data frame. Okay. The simple data frame has 3 columns, that is A, B, and C. Okay, pretty good. But now I want to this data frame is an array. So how will I convert this data frame into a Numpy array? Okay, so that's why I'm creating a variable that will store my array. Okay, so the array is actually 2-dimensional. Okay, so I'm easily call my data frame that this is my data frame. Okay, so data frame dot, yes, you can say 4 into 3. Yes, 4 into 3 matrix. Yes, of course. But so simply I called a method that, hey, data frame, whatever inside this data frame, make it is a numpy array. Okay, so also, so here we can see, so if I print this array, we can see here is the array. And also, we don't know what is its type. So easily we can also detect its type by type of this array. What is its type? So it will print that yes, it is a numpy n-dimensional array. Okay, so I think it's clear to all of you. And after that, so that is a simple example. After that, we will do it with this data set. Okay, so again I am loading this pretty simple data set, and we want this weight, that means this weight column. I want to store all the values of weight into a numpy array. Okay, so at first I will drop all the null values, and all of you know that how we drop the null values. So simply I'm calling dot drop null, and here is one parameter that is in place. Yes, in place true, and it will execute fulfill it, and already this data frame, all the null values already dropped by this simple line. Okay, so after that we want to select the weight column. Okay, so how can we select? So all of you know it's simple. So suppose I am storing this all the weight value inside this variable, and after that, pretty simple, call the data frame, and inside the data frame parameter, call the data, this column, a specific column. So yes, weight, and I want more thing that whatever the full data, I don't want to store full data. For example, I want to only the first 5 value I want to store inside this variable, and after that I will again simply call the toNumpy method, and it will make all the values, all the 5 values into a numpy array. Okay, so already I print yes def oops yes yes, I think it's pretty good. And if I print it, it will take some time. Here is a mistake that I mistake column name. Yes. So here is a capital W. So don't mistake. Here the key error is yes, wait. So okay. and simply paste it. Yes. Now you can see the first 5 value inside a array. Okay. So I think all of it's clear, and also we can define here what you want the data type inside this array. If you want integer 64, you can simply call inside this parameter that d type. Yes, d type is equal. You can call yes int 64. If you want that I want float number, so you can yes float 32. Okay, so if you call float 32, it will give you the float number. So no change, but already the compiler initialize it float 32. The data type of this element is float 32. Okay. So I think it's clear, and same thing is happening with series to numpy. So you can call like this series dot to numpy. Yes, something like this. So okay, I think it's pretty simple, same as like yes. So I'm not discussing it because it's after all here we load the data into the data frame, but whenever we want to make it a series, so we will simply call the series, and after that series dot numpy, series dot to numpy. Okay, so it will create a numpy nd array. Okay, so let's moving ahead. So one more thing, that is pandas data frame as matrix. Okay, as what? As matrix. This is an array, not a matrix. Okay, so yes, so I'm commenting that pandas data frame into matrix. So I think this method is matrix, that means pandas version 0.23.0. After that 0.23, you cannot call as matrix function, because before it exists as matrix a method, but now it will give you an error, because for this method we are using now only the dot values. Okay, only using the dot values. Okay, so let's create a simple series, pandas series. Just keep patience, and what kind of method I'm using, all the methods will you can use in our project, whatever we creating at the last. So I'm creating a series, that is yes, all of we know that pandas series. Inside this parameter, I'm giving the value, that is one is suppose Chennai Second is Kolkata. Oops. Yes. After that, suppose Bhubaneswar. Yes. After that, where? Delhi. Yes. Delhi. Yes, it's enough. And one is that is Mumbai. Yes. And also I'm creating an index for this series. So the index is city 1, city 2, after that city, oops, yes, yes, city 5. Okay, I think it's okay. And after that, I'm adding this series with this index, simply series dot index is equal index, yes, something like this. And after that, if we want to view this total series, simply call, oops, here is an error. Yes, so that is Acer, not AC. Yes, so we can see that it's a series. There is no column, there is no other things. It's simply a series, one dimensional. All of you know that. So city 1 is Chennai, city 2 Kolkata. Okay, something like this. And the data type is object because it's a string. Okay. So if we want this value as a matrix, so we can call like this, that array is equal Acer dot, yes, values, yes. And after that, if I print this array, and you can write here is mat, okay. So if you print this, so it will keep a 1, that means 1 into 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, 5. That means 1 into 5 matrix, because as matrix, the module is as matrix. Now actually it give an error because the updated version not support this method. Okay, so that's why we are using these values. Okay, so one more thing, that if a string, so you want to make this string a float data type, but here is some problem, that inside this string both alphabetic name and both the numeric value. So how can you handle this type of data set? Okay, so our main things is that make a data frame column. I am repeating, make a data frame column string into a float data type. So you can already as type, but here let's see what is the critical point here. what is the difference that I cannot use as type. Simply I cannot use because here is some alphabetic sign inside alphabetic sign with the numeric values. So at first I have to replace the alphabetic sign, and after that I have to change it as a float or as an integer. Okay. So here is some data type, a data frame like this. So again, I'm importing, yes, pandas. So that is once you initialize at the top, uh, after that you haven't call it again and again. But that is a new data frame, and that's why I'm calling repeatedly. So when you work with a single project, so once we initialize pandas, that's enough. Okay. Then after every cell, you can use pandas as PD. Okay. So here is data frame. Again, we have to create a new data frame. So this is so important. Please, this is so important. So again, this is a key, and this is the dictionary, and inside this the key. Suppose this is a pizza, pizza's name. Okay. And what is the names? Yes. After that, after that, 4 cheese. Yes, after that, fungi. Yes. So that is the pizza's name, and its price, that is another key. Its price colon. Price list is, the first one is 7.99 euro. Okay. So what is the symbol of euro? So, okay, forget the euro. We are using here dollar. Okay. So that is, we are counting the values, dollar, $7.99. After that, suppose it's $9.99. So after that, $10.66. So all of you can see that this is a string because it's under quotation. Okay, so this is a string, and here is the special sign, but with the numeric values. Okay, so how can we make this string as a float number, as a float data type? Okay. Yes, this is suppose 8.99, and it's okay. That's enough for us. Yes. Yes. After that, if we print the TF, we can see here, yes, this page's price is $7.99. So now I need all this price as a numeric value. You can see the price now is in a string value. That means it's an object like this. Okay. So now I am changing it as a float data type. So how can I change it? So yes, mark the price with data frame dot price. After that, data frame dot price, this is a string value, and this string value replace, yes, so here is the method that is replace with this dollar sign into a empty string. Okay, so this symbol is an empty string, under the quotation nothing. Okay, so this dollar sign will change into empty string, that is it will replace this dollar sign into a empty string. That means only this value, rest value, will give us as a output. Now over this, that this is complete, that means I'm here a comment, that means 7.99 is done. But now this is also object, because I don't call the as type function. So when I call the as type function and make it into a float, yes, now this value is a float type. So let's check that print TF dot price. Yes. Yes, now you can see that the data type is a float 64. This all the price value is float 64. Okay. So this is a warning, ignore it. So all of you, I think it's okay. Our next I move forward. What is next? Our next is, suppose date range. Okay, this is another method. So simply we are using in a series with a series. So let's check it out. What is it? That this is a date range. What is it? So again, import pandas as PD. After that, creating a new series, that is PD. So that those examples are simple, so simple, but those examples you have to use in some kind of big projects, because you need this kind of method. Okay, this kind of method, function, replace, as type, append, split, drop. Okay, so pandas dot yes series, and I'm creating again a series here. Suppose this is the integer value 21, 4, 67, 33. Okay, randomly some values after that, at last I'm creating a null. Null means null. Okay, a null value is also there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so 10 element in a list in a series format. So after that, index, I'm creating the index. Yes. Now, what we done before? Let's check it up. We initialize index one by one for one and one by one. Okay, but here is I want to add date range, that our current date or previous date. So this is a pandas module with a magical method, that is date range. Yes, and inside this parameter, okay, date range. So inside this parameter, suppose I am giving a date that is 2010, after that 10, after that 09, that is the date. Okay, and after that I give suppose a time that is 9:45. Okay, so this is our date and this is our time. So look here, and I'm giving periods of 10. This is a parameter of this. Yes. And frequency. Frequency means that if you initialize frequency with y, that means year, it will change with year. If you give t, that means time. So you will see some change with time. Okay. So yes, here is the frequency, and this is, I suppose I initialize y for year. Now I will add this index with our series. Okay, so yes, all of you know that. Yes, index equal index, whatever, you can give any kind of name here, you as your choice, because it's a variable. Okay, all of you know that. Okay, so simply index. After that, I am printing this series. Yes, if I print it, so you can see here, this is 2010, this is 2011, 12, 13, but our time is constant here. You can see time is constant. So if I change as t, look at here, if I change as t, so then the year will constant and the time will change. Yes, we can see 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, and our year is constant, 2010. And all the data types is float 60, float 64, you can see. Okay, so I think all of you understand this. After that, the most important thing, that is count the non-values. Count means what? Suppose here is one non-values in this 10 data frame. So that is 10 data frame. Okay. But if you have suppose 9, this number of rows, yes, all seats exist, not this 9 crore, or you can say 3.5 GB CSV file, 10 GB CSV file. That is a millions of row, millions of column. So that is the big data set. Okay. And if you load this type of data set in your computer, it might be crash. So for this type of big data set, we simply use the AWS cloud something or something else. So suppose this is the number of rows like this. So how can you count the non-values? So that's why this is so important. So again, we will load our previous data set. Okay, so easily I can copy that. That's why I can save my time. Okay, so I'm giving a comment that count the null values, or you can say count the none values or empty values. Okay, so how can we count it? So it's pretty simple. Oh, I already copied it. Yes, paste. And if I go for its tail, yes, go for its tail, you can see here is a null value. Here, this full row is a null value, and whatever inside this total, because its shape is dot shape, you can see the shape. This is 458 rows. So I don't know where is the null value. So I want to count it. So count it with a specific column. Suppose I want to know that what is the number of null values in this number column. Okay, so how can you do that? It's pretty simple. Check. Yes. Suppose print, and I am that number of null values in column. Yes, in column, whatever, which column I select. Yes, one of our, yes, very good, Nirmala ji. Okay, yes, this type of, yes. So number of null values in column. Suppose I want to, yes, this column age. So age is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 number of columns I want to see its null values. So how can we do that? That we need a string, total, whatever the output as a string. So data I'm using here. Yes, I'm using here, suppose I location. That means this kind of method. And after that, I can select the row and the column. So that's why I'm using this method. So in the middle, there is a comma, and comma will separate the row and column. So this side is row, this side is column. So I want to know that the number of column is 4. fourth column is age. Okay. And all the row. Do it for all the row. Okay. So after that, I easily call whatever we discussed previously, that is null. Is null. Is it a null in this column? So how many null? And give me the sum of all the null. Okay. So there is, yes. If I call this function, and after that I simply call the sum function. Yes, it will give us all the sum of null values of this age column. So let's check it out. Colon. Yes, only one null value. So we can see that only one null value is here. Okay, so there is one null value, but some kind of data set, big data set, there is a huge number of null values there. So you have to drop all the null values for the, or you have to give a constant value for removing this null value. After that, your data set will ready for test and train, something like this. If you want to go for deep learning, machine learning. Okay. So now let's see counting the null values for all the column. So I'm commenting here that it's for, yes, only for the single column. Okay. But if you want to know for all the column, so here is a pretty good magical function, that is display. Okay. So it will call that, hey, data frame, please display all the null function. Okay, something like this. So, and what we want to display, that we have initialized inside this parameter. Okay, so inside this parameter is data dot is null. Yes, whatever we do done here, but here is a specific column and for a specific row, but I want here all the column, for all the column. Okay, for all the column. So is null dot sum. Yes, now it's okay, and it will give us, yes, is inside the name column one null value, team one null value, inside the number 1 1, but inside the college value, college column value, there is 85 null value. 85, that is too much, and inside the salary, that is 12. Okay, so I'm commenting here that you can easily get it, that counting the, wait, yes, counting the non values in all the, or you can say for okay, so this simple one line. Okay, so now we are coming that manipulating data, and whatever inside this manipulating data, Yes, there is a pretty simple thing that, okay, I'm commenting here. What is inside manipulating data with pandas data frame? And inside it, our first target is, suppose this is a data set, but I want a class. That class column will separate all the data into some random values, or you can say into some specific values, a specific class. So you have to create, suppose here is one more column. So how can we, you will create? So that is also challenging thing with, by declaring if it is a JSON format, that means it is a dictionary format. So you can easily declare a new list for adding a column, and for in the method 2. So in the method 2, so I'm writing here that method 1 is, you can, so by declaring a new list as a column. That is method 1. You simply create a new list. New list, how many? Suppose there is 457 row. So 457 7 values of a list, and add it. And another is, that is method 2. Okay, that is your method 2, that by using a magical function, that is insert function. Okay, so it's come from data frame, that data frame, after that a dot, after that simply insert. Oops, yes, this is another method. And also, suppose method, also another method is that you can assign a new column. So that is possible with assign method. So it is also like this, that data frame dot assign. Yes. So okay, let's see one by one. So that's why I have to create a new data set, but I don't want to waste time. I simply copy it from whatever we, yes, there is nothing. Wait, just a second. Whatever we discussed yesterday. Yes, this is a nice data frame. Okay, I want to copy it. Yes. So this is a simple data frame with created by a dictionary. All of we see in the previous class, that name, age, address, qualification. So now I want to add a more column, that is height. So with the first, that declaring declaring a new list as a column. So how can we do that? So at first, we have to create a new list, that is height. Yes, height is equal, that is suppose 5.1, and after that 6.2, something like this, 5.2, and like this 5.3. Yes. So now I want to add this list here. After that, suppose after qualification, or you can locate it in the middle of the address and qualification. So for this, simply you just add here that is my yes, df, after that height, yes, is equal height. Okay, so after that, if we print df, we can see here is our height. So that is the first method by declaring a new list. So I simply declare a new list. After that, I load this list as this name, the column name, and insert this data frame. And after that, if I show the data frame, here is our height. So the second method is data frame dot insert. So I want to insert another things, that is suppose class. No, not class, because qualification is already there. Suppose address is there. Suppose phone number. Okay. So easily df dot insert. Yes, insert, and inside this insert there is a cool parameter. The first one is the number of position where you want to enter. Suppose I want to enter after the address. Yes, after the address I want to insert here the phone number, one more column. So 0, 1, 2. So I want to add the position of 3. So 3, yes. After that, what we want to make the name of this column. The name is phone number. Yes. Phone number. After that, we will give the value. That was 44444 333. That is the phone numbers of, yes, 555. Yes, like this. So I initialize the phone number, and after that, so I will use here, yes, true. That is inside this parameter, you have to call it. So if we done it, after that, if we want to show the data frame, and you can see simply after address, there is a new column, that is phone number. Okay. So I think is, yes, I think is pretty simple, and all of you, I think you understand. And the last one is assign, and inside this assign you have nothing, just pass a list like this. Okay, so simply you just call data frame, and after that assign, assign. After that, create a list here and it will add. Okay, and if you print, then one more column will add here. So I think it's pretty simple. All of you can do it. And one more method is yes, Mr. Nirmalaji. So I appreciate that more method is initializing with by using a dictionary. Okay. Yes. Yes, by using a dictionary. So how can we do that? I think all of we know that means we have to initialize with name. That will be our key. That Tanmoy is equal something like this phone number. Then this is Rahul, have this phone number. So after creating the dictionary, you just simply like this, you just simply add the dictionary variable into setting the new column. Okay, so that is also easy. I think all of you can do this. So I want to move forward because there's a lot of syllabus for me to cover all these methods. Okay. So now the very interesting thing, that is delete rows and column from data frame. Okay. So suppose I want to delete here, you can see 457. So all of we know that how can we specific rows, we want to delete specific rows. Yes, we can. We want to delete from 453 to 457. That we can also do by the drop function. But we want to delete a column with column name. That we can do. We want to drop a column with its position. That we can do. So let's have some idea with this drop function. Otherwise, this drop function is seriously a lot of use of this drop function. Okay, because as inside some values that is useless. Okay, useless comes. So you have to remove all this. Suppose you want some email address from a big data set, so you have to only keep the email address and delete all the columns, something like this. So let's discuss about drop function. That means whatever it is doing, that delete rows and columns. Yes, from data frame using pandas drop. Yes. Okay. So what is inside is parameter drop function. So first is level, which level, then access. So let's have a pretty thing. What is access? Here is lot of actually this is a just a second. What is access? It is more important. What is exactly the access? Okay. Just 2 minutes. Suppose this is our data frame. So from the row wise, carefully, from the row wise, that means it is horizontally. Okay, I'm writing here. From the row wise, that is the axis is equal 0. And from column wise, that means this is, that means from the vertically, this is axis is equal 1. Suppose I'm showing you here two kind of data set. No, two data set, not kind. Okay. Suppose two data set with 3 into 3, and here is also 3 into 3. Now this, if this is A and if this is B, okay, so you want to concatenate A and B. What is concatenate? You just adding it. Okay, so if it is our index, that 0 1 2 and 0 1 2, okay, so how can you concatenate it with vertically and horizontally? So if we concatenate, suppose data dot concatenate, concat is the function, and inside it, if we want to concatenate A and B, but axis is 0, that it will add like this. Okay, add like this. That means there will be 0 1 2 3. There will be 4 column. But if we concatenate it, okay, if we concatenate it, that means with concat function, A and B with axis 1, then it will adding, suppose like this. Yes, vertically. That means there we 1 2 3 4 5 6. Yes, 6 value. Oops. Okay. But one more fact, that is, here is the problem with index, that is 0 1 2, and after 0 1 2 it will add 0 1, because this is the 2 data frame. So here another parameter inside this concat function, that is oops, that is, I think, reset. I forget it. Reset index or something like this. Yes, reset index is equal to, yes, something like this. So if you reset, then all will sequentially 3 4 5. So this is the actual matter of axis. Okay, so let's go where we are. So whenever we want to drop the column, we have to give the axis is equal 1. But when we want to drop the rows, then we have to give the parameter axis is equal 0. So don't forget it. Okay. Now I'm loading again our previous data set, and yesterday we have a error. Where is the error? Yes, this is our yesterday's error. What is this error? So let's discuss about it at first. What we wrong here? Okay. Actually, when we load a data set, carefully see it, when we load a data set, the index automatically 0, 1 to it initialize. But if we want to keep the index column that is into name, yes, name, then the name is our index. Okay, so let's see the data. Yes, data dot head. So if we see that here is the name is our index, no 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and after we call that data location, give me the details of RJ Hunter, give me the details of Joey Crowder. Okay, so it will simply give us the details of them. So that is our error yesterday. Okay, so after that, where we are, that we are inside this drop function. So if it is our drop function, that simply I want to keep as it is, that 0, 1, 2, yes, that is my index, and I want to drop this one, this row, and this row. That means 0, 1, 2 row I want to drop. So simply I just call data dot drop. Inside this, I want to drop 0, 1, 2, 3. This 4. Okay, and in place is true. So what is in place? That make changes in original data frame if it is true. Okay, so and whatever I told you about access, so all of you know about access. Same place is equal to true. When my original data is true, then make drop it. Okay, so if I call the data, yes, so you can see that only it start from 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3 is vanished. Okay, so again I want to show you something. I want to drop, so there is the data dot shape. Yes, so what is the shape? 458, but I don't want this 58 rows. So one by one I cannot write here that please remove 400, 401, 402, 403. No, so that's why we use range. Where to where we want to remove the rows. Okay, so for this we can easily call the data dot drop, and inside this function data dot index. What is our index? So that is 400 to end. What is it? What is it means? That from the 400 to end, please drop all the rows. Okay. So after that, in place is always true. You have to write it, otherwise this parameter, yes, right is true. Oops. Yes. After that, if I see the data shape, here we go. Before drop, use the drop function. The data shape is 458. Okay. But after that, it's 400 because I drop all the rows 400 to end. Okay, this is the range. So you can drop here that 300 to 400. That means middle 100 data will drop. Okay, so that is the rows materials. Now I'm commenting here for the column parts. Yes, column dropping. So we see that we could drop from singly, and after that you can also use the range that this to this I want to drop. Now we will see that column dropping. How can we drop the column? Okay. So you can ask me where is the axis value. So you can here write the axis is equal 0. Okay. After that, yes, I'm again load this data set. Yes. And I want to delete columns with column name. Okay. I want to delete column with column name. So how can you do that? Yes. Simply data dot drop. After that, inside this drop function, we will initialize the column name, that is position. I want to delete this column, that is position. Yes. After that, I want to delete what I want to delete. Yes, wait. Okay, simply copy it and paste it. Yes, wait. And all of you know that now this time our axis is equal 1 because we are dropping the column, that is vertically. Okay. And after that, in place is true. Yes. Now, if we want to see the data, then you can see where is the position. Position is vanished. And where is the weight? Weight is also vanished. So we can do something like this, and also you want to just a second, we want to drop the columns. Suppose there is 78 columns. Okay, suppose this data frame have 78 column. So how can we handle with 78 column? You cannot drop one name by name by name. So easily you can do a thing that is, yes, once again I'm copying this. Yes, easily you can do what you can do, that data is equal data dot drop. After that, data dot, now you want to drop the columns. So which columns you want to drop? You have to give the position, that is 0, 1, 2, 3. So I want to delete 3, 4 and 5. Okay, so 3, 4 and 5. So 3, 4 and 5. So if I give it like this, and our axis is equal 1 and our in place is equal true. After that, if we visualize the data dot hit, oops, yes, wait, okay, what is the problem? Yes, non-time object has wait, no, what a mistake here. Yes, data dot columns. I think okay, let's see it later. I don't want to waste my time. I will show it next day. So our next method is truncate. So yes, so what is exactly truncate do? So pandas data frame truncate function is used to truncate a series of data frame before and after some values, some index values. Okay, so exactly this is so useful to shorten for Boolean indexing based on index values above or below certain thresholds. Okay, so truncate have some parameter, 4 parameter, that is before and one is after. So it is nothing that you can do it by the iLocation, by the iLock function, and you can do it by the lock function. You can do it by the index function. So I think all of we do it, but I don't. I think we don't want to implement this truncate because yes. Yes, this function, that means before and after. Before means before what? Before 0. I want to all the values before 0 and after 4. That means 0 to 4. That's all, nothing else. Okay, so all those you can see the same same word. Okay, so I'm not discuss it. I'm simply going for a rename function. Okay, so after that we'll go for duplicates, and I think that is enough for pandas, whatever we learn. So simply just rename function. So yes, so I want to rename this column. Suppose here it sometimes it's come that a big string here, but you want to simplify it, you want to give a simple name. So how can you do that? So simply you just call that data dot rename. I'm here, I give a commenting comment. That's why you can, yes, comment. And here is the rename function, and inside this parameter, I want to give the columns is equal curly bracket, and inside this curly bracket, you have first the key will the column name, existing column. Yes, suppose I want to change it number into numeric, suppose. Yes, numeric. And also here the parameter. Yes. Now, if I view the data, what is this error? None type object has no attribute rename. Okay, I think I have some issues with my kernel. Okay, so let's take a 5-minute breaks. After that, we'll come in. Okay, so don't go anywhere, just 5-minute break. I'm coming with drink some water. After drink some water. Okay. Yes, students, welcome back. And let's see. So yes, that is some kernel issues. It's nothing, just I here again I load it. I load the data set with data frame, pandas data frame. And after that, here you can see I just use the rename function. After that rename, I give inside this parameter that column is equal to this column, that this number, hey, number, you just make numeric. Okay. So this something like that, it's a dictionary type. So whatever you want to replace the number with numeric, so this is the existing column name, and after that whatever you want to, and after that simply use the place parameter. And here you can see after the renaming, this is simply make change into numeric. So I think that will also run. That how can we drop the column with its position. So again, let's have a try. If it is data dot drop, oops, yes, drop inside this data dot columns, whatever the columns inside is double square bracket, and inside this double square bracket you simply just give the position. So without name, I want to all this 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 7. So let's check 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So also 8, that is salary. Yes, also 8. After that, if we view the data, okay. I just need to give the axis. Yes, axis is 1, and after that in place is true. Yes, data dot hit. Again the same. Okay, let's check it if tomorrow it's not, it have some problem. So I will show you how you can drop the column with its column position. Now let's go to about the drop duplicates function. Okay, so for drop the duplicates, what is this duplicates? You know about the meaning of duplicates. That means suppose here you can see this is the same team name, and this is also the same. That means this those values are duplicate. Okay, so I want to create a short data frame here, and after that we'll see the magic of drop duplicates. Okay, so at first we'll see a simple example. After that we will go for another data set, and that name is employee, something like this, employee's name. Okay, so yes, now I'm creating a data with like this that has at first a key, that is A is equal a least value of, suppose, Q, after that W, after that I will make some duplicate, that is again W and again Q. Yes, after I'm creating some values of D. Yes, here is T. Here is again some value like F. So 2 is unique. Yes, those 2 is unique. And okay. So also we have another function that is unique. Okay. So drop duplicate and unique, two function inside pandas. So let's see at first the drop duplicate. Now after that, another key is suppose B, and here is the values of B. Oops. Yes, B, that is 50, 60, then 40, 40, after that 50, after that 40. And another key is, that is C. This is a suppose it's a Boolean expression. So I'm creating again a list that is true, after that true, false, 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 and again true. Yes. Now I'm simply load the data into pandas data frame. Yes, inside this I load the data. After that, I want to see the data. Yes. And now I want to drop all the duplicates. Okay. So here I'm using the display function again, and I want to drop. Yes, sorry, there is data. And simply calling the drop duplicates. Yes, and its parameter. Okay, so I'm commenting here. Oops. Yes, that is drop duplicates. Yes. So there is no duplicate because see, here is W is equal 80 and it's true. But here is W is equal 40 and it's false. Okay. So I have to make some change in my data frame, that if I make change here 40 and true, so the third, that is 60. Yes. And if I make a change here true, yes. So now you will see, yes. Now this time 1W is here. That means it found a row which is duplicate with another row. So, and simply it drops the duplicates. And also we can drop the duplicates by row wise. Okay, that's another technique. But now we are dealing with a new data set, that is, yes, our new data set is data is equal, yes, that is employee. Okay, .csv. It's a CSV file. After that, if we want to see the data structure, we can see here some data about first name, gender, studied. So where is this employee? Okay, so exactly it is inside my desktop, and for your classes, yes, you can see here, yes, this is my file. So it's in the same directory. Okay, so if it exists from other directory, you have to give the path here. Okay, so simply just give the path. Okay, and it will, otherwise it will an error. Okay, so inside this I want to drop the names, all of its names. Yes, just a second. Yes. So if I saw here the data.shape, so you can see here that 1000 row is here and only 8 columns. You can see the 8 columns. Okay. But now I want to drop with this column, that is the first names column. So whatever any kind of duplicates in this first name, drop all the duplicates. Okay, so how can you do that? So another thing I want to show here, how can we sort a numeric column, that means integer column, yeah, or otherwise string column. So how can we sort? So Python pandas has a very magical, you can say magical method, that is sort values. Okay, so if I use data dot, yes, sort values, yes, and inside it, if we give that I want to sort, okay, it's a comment, I have to make it a change, yes, and inside it, if I give this column name that I want sequential, that means A, B, C, this type of series. So I have to use the sort values, and after that I give the column name, and after that I in place it true. Okay, and if I visualize the data, so you can see that here the first name is Douglas, then Thomas, then Maria, then Jerry. But here, yes, AARON. So this is sequential. That means even all of you know the ASCII series. So whatever the capital S value, after that whatever. So this is the type of sequence. And here we can see that Aaron is 4-time duplicate. Okay. So we want to, now you can see here 1000 rows and 80 columns. Now we want to duplicate all, we want to remove all the duplicates. Okay. So if we want to remove the duplicates, so just simply call the drop duplicate function with its parameter. So before we see that there is no parameter, just a second. Yes. So before, where it is? Yes. Here we only use the drop duplicates. But inside this parameter, nothing we use, no option we use. Okay. So now we want to drop the duplicates only according to its name, according to its first name. So simply we have to call the drop duplicates just first. Yes. And after that, here is a parameter that is subset. So we subset. Yes. And my subset is equal my first name. Yes. So I want to drop the duplicates according to its first name. Okay. After that, the parameter is keep. Nothing worry about it. Yes, false. And in place, all of we know that. Yes. In place is true. Yes. And after that, if we want to see the data set, the data dot, yes, only the data. If we want to see, only the 9 rows coming. So if I want to check the shape, so you can understand what is the difference between before and after. So here you can see the 1000 rows. Okay, see here the 1000 rows, but after dropping the duplicates according to your first name, to its first name, it only the 9 rows is unique and all the rest rows is duplicate. Okay, so I think that's enough for your pandas data frame. And from our next day, we'll start for NumPy. And with NumPy, how can you convert image into a NumPy array? How can you NumPy's methods, all the methods, important methods. And after that, yes, sir, would you provide us the PDF? Yes, of course, I can provide you, but our bot will provide all the PDFs, so don't worry about it. And one thing that after NumPy and after matplotlib, that plotting some plotting scatter histogram, after complete it, we simply go for some simple mathematics. Okay, some simple mathematics. All of you know that statistics is mean, median, mode, and after that standard variation. Yes, population variation. So after that hypothesis and p-values, and then we will go for correlation matrix, and after that confusion matrix. This is so important. After that decision tree, then some regression, logistic regression, and after that we will see some scatter plotting with the help of Seaborn, and so on. Okay, so that is some important methods and function with pandas model, because pandas is so important. You cannot do anything without pandas. Okay, inside in data science. So after that we will come for the NumPy. So I will finish it with one day, the next day, and I think the time is short, so I already decided that I will also take a class at 12 o'clock, so that I can cover all my syllabus. Okay. Yes, Jupyter Notebook also. Okay, graphs. Yes, I will show you in matplotlib graphs. Don't worry, I will come. So whatever we discuss, what kind of methods, that means drops, that means unique, then drop duplicate, all just with the titanic.csv file, just use all the method in titanic.csv. Just simply make a folder in your desktop. I am showing you how we'll do that. Just simply make a folder like this, new folder, and inside this folder just copy and paste copy the titanic.csv file and paste it here. After that, open your Anaconda Navigator, launch your Jupyter Notebook, and navigate. Here you can see that, yes, so that's your whole data. So navigate, where is your desktop? Yes, this is desktop. After desktop, yes, this is your folder, and go inside this folder. Yes, for class, go inside this folder and make a new Python 3 file, and you can write code like this. Okay, so that's for today. Tomorrow we will discuss about NumPy, all the important method of NumPy, because NumPy is so important, because for image with deep learning, we have a very use of NumPy, how to convert an image into a NumPy, how can you reshape an image size. Okay, so and after all, you have to create an array for test and train. So both test and train, you have to create the values and the data sets, and after that test and train, just give into it a classifier, and it will classify and it will train the model, and after train the model, you can get the prediction with whatever you test the inside the test value. So whatever you want to test, and inside this test value you can test it with your trained model and get the prediction. So we will discuss it later, our next classes. So thank you all, and I'm ending the meeting.